Thank you for tuning in to Zim News Beat TV.
The President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, to address the nation. Your Excellency, sir.
Musura Kwanzika kumaria rinotonga musha Zizo garozika panzi rinoziya tunda Kangoma kekuduka ega novaya katumba Kanyanya kukuri waunoira mugumba Jerusalema kutamba kwa zumba Era zwika kutunga kwaro Ngoma bainurira Ngoma ya makachaira Rinofasa ninira Kambara makachaira Kutunga kwaro Kutunga kwaro Kutunga kwaro Kutunga kwaro Kutunga kwaro Kutunga kwaro Aiwa hongore Herendende wasikanda Hongore Herendende muchadura Aiwa hongore Herendende wasikanda
Pray, be seated. Our Director of Ceremonies, the Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable K. Kazembe. The First Lady, my Auxilia Mnangagwa. The Honorable Vice President, Honorable General Retired Dr. C.G.D.N. Chwenga. The Honorable Vice President, Honorable Colonel Retired K.C.D. Mohadi. The Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Advocate J.F.N. Mudenda. The President of the Senate, Honorable M.M. Chinomona. The Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Luke Malava, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers who are here, families of heroes and heroines of the Zimbabwe liberation struggle, war veterans, war collaborators, ex-detainees, and restrictees. Your Worship, the Mayor of Harare, Councillor J. Mafume, the Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Martin Rushwaya, Chairman of the Public Service Commission, Dr. Vincent Ungwe, Commander Zimbabwe Defense Forces, General P.V. Sbanda, Service Chiefs, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, esteemed traditional leaders, madzimambo edu ndinokuremekedzai vari pano. Fellow Zimbabweans, including our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, comrades and friends, it is my great honor and privilege to address you all at these fourth Heroes' Day commemorations. Today, we are joining hands in remembering our gallant fighters who paid the supreme sacrifice to free our beautiful motherland from the grip of colonial domination and subjugation. Their extraordinary courage and the risks they took so that we are independent will always be remembered. For it was they who helped shape our nation. Even in the midst of neo-colonial machinations and illegal sanctions imposed on us, let us honor our heroes with a promise that their sacrifices will serve as our light and inspiration. We vow to resolutely protect the integrity of our independence and the interests of our nation against those who wish us to fail. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, our resilience is the bedrock of our survival as a nation. As such, and against all odds, our economy continues to register positive growth. This bears testimony to the success of our diversification thrust as we forge ahead despite the illegal sanctions, climate-induced shocks, as well as international commodity price fluctuations. Through complementarity between fiscal and monetary policies, we are determined to consolidate the gains so far achieved from the price stability brought about by the Zimbabwe gold currency ZiG. We are honoring the fighting spirit of our gallant sons and daughters through increased performance of the agriculture sector. In the midst of the El Nino-induced drought, our winter wheat cropping season continues to score remarkable successes. A record 121,982 hectares of wheat have been planted this season. Further, my government has already commenced rolling out preparations for the 2024-25 summer cropping season. which is expected to restore food security through increased production on the back of massive irrigation infrastructure, rehabilitation, expansion, and utilization. Meanwhile, government is providing social protection for vulnerable communities and households to ensure that no one starves. My fellow countrymen and women, our mining sector continues to benefit from investment into new and existing projects. I exhort players in the sector to ensure that we drive maximum benefits from the precious minerals which our heroes fought for by value adding and beneficiating them. The role of the energy and the power sector in the socio-economic development through industrialization cannot be overemphasized. Low power production levels at Kariba Power Station are being offset by the Wange 7 and 8 expansion project, which now feeds a constant supply to the national grid. Among numerous power augmentation projects, 2 large solar plants with a total capacity of 250 megawatts are being developed and will soon be commissioned. Our manufacturing sector is expanding value addition beneficiation activities. This has seen manufacturing capacity utilization increasing to 53% and the creation of jobs which are yielding decent livelihoods. Micro, small, and medium enterprises continue to scale up new heights in promoting women empowerment and community development, and are playing a major role in the manufacturing and commercial sectors of our economy. With a view to enhancing productivity and competitiveness of micro, small, and medium enterprises, particularly those run by liberation struggle veterans, the Second Republic is prioritizing workspace provision through partnerships with pension funds, local authorities, the private sector, and development partners. We have since commissioned several safe markets and factory shells across the country. Government will soon undertake a comprehensive skills audit, which is expected to guide our investment towards upscaling skills delivery for optimal national economic performance. The focus will be on skills required for industrialization, business enterprise, as well as effective and efficient delivery of public services to citizens in modern times. The devolution and decentralization program is also addressing specific community needs through utilizing intergovernmental fiscal transfers. Comrades and friends, infrastructure upgrading and expansion projects in the transport sector continue to deliver tremendous results for our roads, our bridges, and the related infrastructure. Focus has shifted to the Harare-Chirundu Road section, as well as the upgrading of the Harare-Kanyemba, Harare-Nyamapanda, the old Gwanda Road, and the Bide Bridge Bulawayo Victoria Falls Highway, among others. Also, there is remarkable progress at Mbudzi interchange south of Harare. The Second Republic is fully aware of the pressing need for decent shelter for our citizens. Hence, the continuing robust investment which is transforming both urban and rural communities. The Second Republic has taken the strategic decision to position Rural Infrastructure Development Agency in all rural districts across every province. The agency is attending to both gravel and surfaced roads, wells and small dams for water provision for domestic and agricultural use, as well as infrastructure support for clinics, schools, and deep tanks. Our border posts are undergoing transformation, with physical infrastructure being complemented by technological innovations. This is enhancing the movement of goods and people, as well as regional integration. Earlier this year, the Second Republic launched the Youth Service in Zimbabwe training program. This marks an important step in ensuring that young people are patriotic and loyal citizens who reconnect with our national history and identify with the priceless sacrifices of our liberators. Our centers at Dadaya in the Midlands and Vumba in Manicaland are currently training over 1,000 youths, while vocational training centers are being modernized with the state-of-the-art machinery and digital technology. As we celebrate the achievements of our heroes and heroines, the Second Republic is committed to building a robust health delivery system that ensures the highest standards of care. Government has to date equipped 78% of district hospitals with the fully functional operating theaters for emergency maternity surgeries. This program is being rolled out to cover all similar facilities. The crusade which we declared against drug and substance abuse targets a population that is free from the menace. Among a plethora of strategies, government is focusing on supporting enhanced infrastructure development, including in the rural areas where the majority of our people live. On that note, the Rafa Moyo multipurpose court, which was recently commissioned in Gutu, will be replicated across all districts. The safety and security of women and girls in an independent and a free nation is of paramount importance. Hence, we are strengthening ongoing efforts to prevent gender-based violence. Cases are being handled swiftly and firmly in order to deter future offenders. Our priority in the primary and secondary school subsector is to ensure access to quality education. Through interagency collaboration, The highest possible levels of hygiene are being enforced in order to safeguard health. We are enhancing public-private partnerships for the purpose of improving the teaching and learning environment at all previously disadvantaged schools. As it was during the liberation struggle, where cadres used to innovate during the prosecution of the war, students in the higher and tertiary education subsector are taking innovation to new heights and creating goods, services, jobs, and industries. Our commitment to the digital technology revolution is a cornerstone for empowerment. As part of the enhancement of service delivery and driving economic growth in our economy. Hence, government is seized with initiatives such as the establishment of digital hubs in rural areas. This robust ICT program is expected to improve healthcare delivery, boost agricultural productivity, and create numerous opportunities for individuals, households, and communities towards achieving prosperity. My fellow countrymen and women, the nation for which our gallant sons and daughters paid the supreme sacrifice is richly endowed with breathtaking landscapes, wildlife, and a vibrant culture, all of which contribute to our status as the tourist destination of choice. Highlighting this, the tourism sector has been on a rebound. Recently, we successfully hosted the United Nations Gastronomy Conference, where our cuisine showcased Zimbabwe at its best. The United Nations Tourism Organization has since approved the setting up of the African International Culinary Arts Academy in our resort city of Victoria Falls. In Harare, the Liberation City will soon take its place among the biggest man-made tourist attractions, together with the Museum of African Liberation, from which all progressive nations on our African continent will tell the story of their audacious journey to independence, democracy, and freedom. My fellow Zimbabweans, issues related to the welfare and economic empowerment of veterans, widows, and the war victims will continue to be given the attention they deserve. In our endeavor to mold lasting national consciousness that defends, upholds, promotes our founding values, the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services has conducted research on our fallen heroes. The Second Republic is aware of the need to memorialize the Liberation War through repatriation, reburials, and related processes to bring to closure to the families of deceased veterans. Apart from well-known bases such as Freedom Camp, Mukushi in Zambia, Nyazona and Chimoyo in Mozambique, government is availing resources towards repatriating and reburying thousands of veterans who still lie in shallow and unmarked graves in and outside the country. The need to accurately record, document, and preserve the story of the liberation struggle cannot be overemphasized. There are numerous records which are valuable both in Zimbabwe and in countries that supported our revolutionary war. These require collation, annotation, and electronic storage to facilitate its retrieval. The Department of National Archives of Zimbabwe is also exploring partnerships with families of nationalists to establish liberation heritage archives and sites in all the 10 provinces of our motherland. The department has also compiled documentation of liberation heritage narratives with a special focus on the Kamungoma massacre site in Gutu, Butcher site in Rusape, and the former Zapasi assembly point in Buera, among many others. The Ministry of Veterans of the Liberation Struggle Affairs is expected to increase the visibility and awareness of their programs, inclusive of the benefits accruing to our veterans of the liberation struggle as well as their dependents. In addition, many injured war victims should be registered and compensated appropriately. The majority of widows of our heroes are not aware of their benefits, and some children are not in school and do not receive medical attention. We are therefore running awareness campaigns throughout the country, and the requests for assistance are being received. My fellow Zimbabwean dear comrades, our fourth Heroes Day commemorations are making a milestone in that we are conferring medals to a total of 184,310 veterans of the liberation struggle. We include 56,681 war veterans, 7,839 ex-political prisoners, detainees and restrictees, 110,374 war collaborators, and 9,990 non-combatant cadres. We will also confer honors and awards to deserving persons as follows: the Royal Order of Munumtapa, the Gold Cross of Zimbabwe, the Silver Cross of Zimbabwe, the Commendation Medal, and the Independence Medal. The conferment of medals on individuals who exhibited valor and performed distinguished humanitarian acts in various fields is intended to immortalize and memorialize the actions of these individuals. We are also honoring the Black Umfolosi for their song Unity, Unity, Unity. Which has stood the test of time. The song fosters unity in the recognition of the fact that we are one people, one nation of Zimbabwe, despite our diverse geographical locations. From Plumtree to Mtare, from Badi to Chirundi, we are one people, united by one national flag and one national anthem. Our democratic principles require sufficient dissemination of the Constitution. It is pleasing to note that constitutional advocacy sessions have now been conducted in all provinces of our motherland and cascaded to district level. In May this year, government conducted an induction and sensitization workshop for all chiefs on their newly granted role as marriage officers. The chiefs now have authority to preside over customary marriages and intervene in inheritance issues for the convenience of the general citizenry of their communities. Our commitment to efficient service delivery is unwavering. We are entrenching in performance contracting, and the exercise has been completed at most of our top levels. The ultimate target is to ensure value for money from all office bearers in government, while enhancing accountability to the nation that we serve. Over and above this, the Second Republic recognizes the important role and the selfless sacrifices being made by our patriotic civil service officials towards the transformation of Zimbabwe into an industrialized and a knowledge-based upper middle country. My fellow countrymen and women, in line with our mantra, we are a friend to all and an enemy to none, we continue to form strategic alliances with our traditional as well as new partners in both our region and beyond. Today's celebrations come a few days before our hosting the SADC Summit of heads of state and government, where we will also be assuming the chairmanship of our regional board. Build-up events and activities have already commenced, including the SADC Industrialization Week, as well as the Standing Committee of Senior Official Meetings. I once again take this opportunity to thank all Zimbabweans for maintaining a peaceful environment across the length and breadth of our motherland. Our brand remains that of a progressive and a loving people who are hospitable not only to their kith and kin, but all persons created in the image of the Lord above. Let us all continue to make our visitors feel at home away from home, that we are one with them, and that they shall always be free to visit, whether on business or private affairs. That is the Zimbabwe that our departed liberators, whom we are gathered here to commemorate, would have loved to live in harmony, and always committed to the betterment of mankind. In conclusion, as we celebrate Heroes' Day, let us not take for granted the independence and the freedom that we are enjoying today, which was brought about by the sacrifices of the courageous men and women who fought against the brutal racist colonial regime. I therefore call upon every one of us to emulate their lives through playing our part by laying the foundations for a more prosperous future for both present and future generations. Nyika igotongba igonamatirwa. Hallelujah. As we honor our national heroes today, may we not only look back with admiration at their profound sense of patriotism, but also look at the future of our country and its unrelenting longing for the same profound sense of patriotism. To the families of our heroes and heroines, let me once again commit my government to the furtherance of the principles that inspired thousands to take up arms in the liberation of this nation. Our determination to look after your welfare is unwavering, and we shall always be bound by the lofty values, servant leadership, patriotism, and loyalty, as our great nation continues its relentless march towards the attainment of Vision 2030. As we would chant from the trenches of the struggle, Aluta! Aluta! And victory! Victory! May the dear souls of our departed heroes and heroines rest in eternal peace. Long live our unity, long live our peace, long live our freedom, and long live Zimbabwe. Ngiyabonga.
For these and more stories, tune in to Zim News Bit TV